Next on Worcester News tonight, construction projects in Worcester are taking much longer than expected. City councilors are looking to implement new rules. Plus, high school students working to help stop the opioid epidemic by creating signs for a central Massachusetts town. But first, we begin in Spencer, where police are investigating a hit and run. Good evening, I'm Olivia Lemmon. A pedestrian was hit around 11:30 this morning on Main Street. According to Fire Chief Robert Parsons, the town's building inspector was the person struck by a car. He says the driver fled the scene. William Klanzik was injured but is expected to recover. Parsons was on his way to an appointment with Klanzik when the crash happened. Police believe they are looking for an older silver Oldsmobile Alero. Anyone with information is asked to call Spencer Police. Businesses in a Worcester neighborhood are tired of what seems to be a never-ending road construction project. One city councilor says it's almost a year behind schedule, and now he and his fellow councilors are looking at ways to make contractors more accountable when jobs like this one run too long. Our Rosalind Flaherty joins us now with the details. Rosalind?
Olivia, City Councilor Gary Rosen says construction shouldn't be taking this long in areas like June Street and wants to know what the city can do differently. The manager of Newton Square Pizza says business has been hard the past few years due to ongoing road construction on June Street.
They're blocking the road, there's no place for parking.
The resurfacing project is taking longer than expected. It's why the City Council approved a request from Councilor Gary Rosen to ask the city manager why contractors aren't finishing the work on time.
Once they get the contract, they seem to start, and then they go away. They may come back for a few days, they go away again.
Rosen says the work to resurface June Street has taken almost 3 years, but it's not the only neighborhood he says is facing issues.
Right behind me here is Waldo Street. It's 1/10 of a mile long, and they started this short street at the end of May.
He says a deadline needs to be set, and if it's not met, then a penalty should follow.
What can we do differently to make sure the contractors who get these jobs, they go out to bid, they get the jobs, that they finish on time, that they put their heart and soul and energy and money into getting the job done without excuses. On occasion, there'll be problems they run into. I understand that, but they should be working as often as they can.
Newton Square Pizza says they appreciate the city council stepping up, hoping something will be done soon.
It would mean a lot to us if they can really come up with a solution to this problem.
Now, Rosen says the council has to wait for a report from the city manager, and he hopes to get that report by the end of the year. Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
A construction worker is injured in Worcester after he fell off of a roof. The incident happened at a home on Mason Street. Police say the worker was hurt, but the injuries are not expected to be life-threatening. Crews were still working at the scene hours after the incident. It's unclear what construction company is working at the home. A portion of Granite Street in Worcester is closed Wednesday morning. Police say a driver crashed into a utility pole, causing 3 more to lean down. National Grid was on scene removing the poles. Police say the vehicle was towed from the scene. It doesn't appear there were any injuries to the driver. High school students are putting their skills to work for a neighboring community hit hard by the opioid epidemic. They are part of a campaign hoping to educate more young people about the dangers of drug abuse. Our Chandler Walsh has their story tonight. Chandler?
Olivia, students at Bay Path Regional Vocational Technical High School often do nonprofit work for local organizations. So when the town of Southbridge asked them to take on a project, the answer was yes. The town says it's allowed them to cut costs and involve more members of the community. High schoolers lend their skills to send an important message. These graphic arts students created anti-drug banners for the town of Southbridge.
Helping people by doing what you enjoy and what you chose to do, it's a really good feeling.
Like you're actually helping people and you feel like the work you're doing actually means something.
The 14 banners are part of Southbridge's campaign to combat opioid use. Deputy Police Chief Jose Dingy says they're trying to be proactive and prevent the epidemic from taking over the town. The police and fire departments say they responded to a combined 113 overdoses in 2017.
You give Narcan, what's the next step? We said we need more tools. One, we have to educate the public, and two, we have to give the resources or provide the resources for the community.
Dingy says he hopes the Bay Path students' work sparks conversations among kids about the reality of drug addiction.
It starts with painkillers, possibly just with a headache. I'm taking painkillers, I'm trying this drug, and then next thing you know, they're addicted, and that same person is no longer that person.
Southbridge will display the banners downtown and in schools. The town is part of the Vocational Technical High Schools district. Bay Path's principal is proud of his students' work.
We're a community. We're 10 towns that come together and showing out that we're part of every community in the area.
And for students Brendan Kumi and Carter Konechny, the work is meaningful.
If you want to continue to do this, having stuff out there that you can point at and be like, I did that, is really helpful.
Us knowing that it could benefit the town of Southbridge was really great for us.
Also part of the town's campaign is an app new this week. The Southbridge PD app allows cell phone users to send in anonymous tips about possible drug deals or any other police matter. Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
Quabbin Regional High School appealing the state's accountability rating for the school's MCAS scores. According to the Telegram, Principal Greg Devine says the designation was the result of 2 students not coming into school to take the test. Quabbin was one of several schools in central Massachusetts identified by the state as low performing or in need of improvements in specific areas. Devine says he believes the school's rating is because not enough of the high school's special education students took the test. Bringing police officers and the community together. National Coffee with the Cop Day gives residents a chance to interact with law enforcement in a positive light. Wednesday, Worcester Police Chief Stephen Sargent and other officers were at Brew on the Grid discussing city issues and learning more about residents all over a cup of coffee. Chief Sargent says it's important to create an open dialogue between police and people.
Come in, they can explain some of the issues. Sometimes it's just to speak about something happening in their neighborhood like we do in our community meetings, but usually it's just sitting down, how's your day, and go from there.
And several other departments across central Massachusetts participating in today's event, many saying it gives people a chance to ask questions without feeling pressured. A customer makes an unsettling discovery at a Starbucks in Milford this weekend. Take a look. Christine Chadler says she recorded this footage Saturday at the Starbucks inside the Target on Fortune Boulevard. You can see bugs crawling over a sandwich in the display case. This location is run by Target, and they tell us they're taking the incident very seriously, and all of the items in the display were removed and cleaned. But Chadler says the employees there told her the bugs have been a problem for weeks.
If they have that many bugs in the display case, my natural thought progression was how many bugs are behind the scenes, and I thought it was kind of gross.
Says pest control and a local health inspector have since visited the Starbucks, and the shop passed inspection. Starbucks responded to Shadler's Facebook post saying they are taking the matter seriously. 2 popular Worcester businesses are pairing up again to make a fall favorite. Wormtown Brewing and Table Talk Pies are releasing their pumpkin pie ale for the 3rd year in a row. The beer is made with real Table Talk pies. They are included in the mash during the brewing process. Wormtown says it's exciting working with another local business.
I think, a lot of people are trying to work as Worcester to be a nice tourism destination, and I think it's really happening. I think so many great things are coming to Worcester, and we've always been proud of our home city. So, we try to support it in any way, shape, or form that we can.
And Wormtown will hold a release party and pie eating contest in its Shrewsbury Street tap room on Thursday.